Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Cog Pod. I am Amanda, and with me this week is Totrib Lucas. Say hello, Lucas.
Hello.
We have everyone's favorite Grim. Say hello, Grim.
Hello, Grim.
And then everybody else's favorite is Nick. Say hi, Nick.
Hello.
So, what did you guys do this week? I'm going to start with Grim this time. We're mixing it up.
Well, I got back from New York City this Monday.
Oh, tell us about
Sunday.
your trip.
I ate a lot of food and spent a lot of money.
I know, we were super jealous of the pictures of your food. I want real ramen like that.
Oh, it's delicious. It's so good.
You had ramen, and what was the other stuff you sent pictures of?
There was pork bun, which is more...
Is it like, okay, so is that the same thing as pâté?
I have no idea.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that luggage you take on a plane or something?
Yeah,
No, that's an attaché. They're very similar.
Very similar. Damn it.
But what happened to your phone, Grim?
I don't know. It started smoking on Friday night,
And it's not a Note 7, right?
No, that was a S3.
Wow.
A Galaxy. Yeah.
Well, that's probably because you have such an old phone.
Well, it's only technically 2 years old or something.
That's
Yeah,
like
it was new when
100
I
years
got
in
it.
computers.
Yeah, it's time for an upgrade.
Definitely
That's fine.
time for an
What'd you
upgrade.
get?
But I got the S7 Galaxy, not the...
Oh, nice.
Does it have the
not the
Edge?
Note. No, this is not the Edge. This is
Not
the
the
regular
Edge
one.
one. The regular
What is
one.
the Edge?
It just has glass on the sides, kind of.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so the point...
I don't know what it does for it.
I know what it's for. So the reason that they did it was so people like me that have their phone go off a lot when they're in meetings, like they have them upside down on the table, and a light usually flashes on the back of your phone to tell you have a message. So with the Note, with the edge of it being glass, it'll show what the message is so that you can see it in meetings
The
and stuff.
screen.
It's just more of a discreet way so you can see what it is.
The screen
Holy
actually wraps
shit,
around the side, and
Yeah.
and you can see a bar of information on the side.
So you know if you have
This
to
is
step
the
out to
goddamn
take a call.
future.
Yeah.
So there's a feed on the side, basically.
Yes.
Right. It's
Yes.
kind of like an old like a beeper. You know, that's showing your age. a
Oh
pager.
God bless it.
Like where it has just one line on the side there where you can see the message or something.
Yeah. So
That's
it's really
really
cool
neat.
for people that, do a lot of work, have a lot of meetings. So you didn't have any pictures then, but your friends took some pictures?
Well, my cousin and his friend, yeah. They took 4.
4 pictures.
Useless. What else did you do
Hey,
this week?
they were playing Pokemon Go, most of the
Still?
time.
Who still
those
plays
numbers
that? Good lord.
Grown-ass adults, apparently.
Over it.
Nick.
Oh.
Hey,
Nick, do you
I'm
still
done
play it
now.
or no?
No, when it gets warm, I might again, but I'm not running around by the ocean at a lighthouse in the winter, so
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful. What'd you do this week?
It sounds cold.
Yeah, it is.
it is cold. This week, not too much. I'm getting my house ready to sell and move into an apartment. I'm sort of going back in the adult timeline, so
It's all right.
I don't like responsibility. I really don't.
It's better, yeah.
That's what I did.
Yeah.
I don't have a house anymore.
God, you don't have to worry about if
Switched
stuff
to renting.
breaks. You just say, "Hey, this broke,"
Yeah.
and they come fix it.
I always tell people they say, "Oh, I want to get a house," and I'm like, "Okay, well, you're laying in your apartment in your bed at night and you hear a noise. What do you think?" And they're like, "Oh, well, there's some kind of noise." And I tell them, if you own a house and you're laying in bed and you hear a noise, that is the sound of $1,000 coming out of your wallet.
Exactly.
That's
Or
what it
somebody
is.
trying to come take you.
Yeah. Well, I don't have to worry so much about that.
Just
I
shoot him
have
with a BB
guns and
gun.
bombs. Guns and bombs.
Why do you have bombs? Wait, what?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. It is the Great White North.
Yeah,
Everybody has
we
bombs,
gotta have
apparently.
bombs in case people come
You
from the
should
south
have.
to get us.
You should have kept the house and rented the rooms out to Americans fleeing.
It's true.
I don't think anyone's actually fleeing. I don't think
thought
that's
about
actually
it.
happened.
Yeah, people are probably doing it. But
There's some that I'm
Hey.
sure will.
They should. I'm selling my house for American pennies, so they don't have to rent it.
well,
You're
who
like,
kn-
I need 6 cents.
you just wait. You guys are going to be stronger than us soon.
Mhm.
Like-
No.
All you guys got to do is take your money out of your pocket, throw it at me in a pack of smokes, and you have my house probably.
Nice. Well, we might have to come see
Deal,
you then.
buddy.
No.
What about you, Luke? What'd you do this week?
I didn't really do a lot of gaming or much of anything, to be honest. Watched I caught up a lot on some Marvel shows that I hadn't watched. Daredevil and Jessica Jones. I'm on season 2 of Daredevil right now.
So like the order is Daredevil season 1,
Right.
Jessica Jones
Right.
season 1, Daredevil season 2, and then
Right.
Luke Cage
Right.
season 1.
And then there's a bunch of like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
and
nobody
Agent
watches
Carter
that, though.
mixed in with all that.
Nobody watches it.
And then the movies and whatnot. But yeah, I was watching those this week. And then I've kind of dabbled in some games a little bit here and there. I picked up Titanfall 2 because it was on sale for like $35 at Target this week for like an early Black Friday special. And a bunch of people from our clan picked that up too.
What's funny about that is that's like the first physical copy of a game that you've purchased.
Literally.
In God only knows how long.
Like that's the only disc copy of any game I have for my PS4.
Ridiculous.
Grim, you
Oh,
picked
wow.
it up and played it a lot, right?
A little.
A little lot?
What did you think of
A
it
little
so
lot.
far?
It's a shooter. It's really fast paced.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched some play of it. True Vanguard was playing it a lot last week, and it looks like it's going to be fun, kind of a change of pace of Destiny.
But what's the most exciting game that you all just recently got?
Yes, so also this week, Humble Bundle. Yeah, my favorite. Man, I get that a lot.
Fresh meat.
Yeah, so they have the Culling, Nick's favorite game, in the Humble Bundle this week until next week, I believe. And if you pay $10, you get all the games, including the Culling. Shadow Complex Remastered is another one that's very kind of Metroid Contra style.
It looks
side
cool.
scroller.
It looks cool.
Yeah, definitely pick that up. And then Humble Bundle until today or tomorrow, pick it up if we get it out soon enough, has a Life Hacker bundle. That's a really good deal. For $15, you get a year VPN, which alone's worth $50 or $60 normally. You get a year subscription to Acronis, which is a like an imaging cloning kind of thing, like Norton Ghost, if you've ever heard of that. You can use it to schedule backups of your entire computer to external hard drives, and definitely worth that. But the biggest thing I think that it's worth it is two things. It's Display Fusion. Grim, you really liked that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I used that for the longest time since I have multiple monitors.
Right, and so you can do it to do multiple wallpapers on different monitors, or and it also has a lot of just kind of quality of life stuff for Windows. Windows 10 made it. I think maybe 8 or 7 did also, to where you can have taskbars on each window or on each monitor. But
Different ones?
Yeah, but Display Fusion actually makes it to where you get your icons in the bottom right, so you can do like your sound and stuff, which is really cool for me because a lot of times I'll play a game on the center screen, and then on the left or right side, I'll need to go and adjust something or open an app or whatever. And before I had to minimize the window or do that, and now I can just kind of hit the sound options. Or
It's weird though.
all the bottom right icons.
It's weird that yours didn't have the icons before, because all 3 of my screens have the icons.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
If you look in the bottom right, like.
Oh, you're right. It just has the time and date. It
So
doesn't
yeah,
have
we
the
just turned
actual
around to look at it.
icons.
But yeah, so it only showed the time and date in the bottom
Oh.
right on the taskbars on Windows default. But now with Display Fusion, you can make it to where you actually have like the sound and the network and that kind of stuff. And then the last big one is LastPass, which is a password manager. Really helps secure all your stuff because you can create up to 100 key passwords with
Jesus
that are
Christ.
randomized. Yeah, so I usually do like 16. I think that's a good secure length, but and it'll randomize it, and you have a master password and saves everything in your password vault, and it integrates in all your browsers and all that stuff. So it just kind of steps up your security.
Just makes it more secure.
Yeah, but that's
the
a really
good
good
thing
bundle.
though was we all got the culling, and we're all going to play together and Murder Man's together. It's like a family bonding time
Yeah,
for the
that's right.
COG.
The family who murders together stays together.
That's right. That's like our motto.
Yeah, look at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're real close.
For me this week, I didn't do a whole lot. I did a little bit of work. We had our election, obviously, was Tuesday night, and woke up to the results Wednesday. So it was funny though, whenever as the results started coming in, and we could tell it was probably going to be Trump by like, what time did I go to bed? Like 11?
It was pretty late, yeah. Probably
Yeah, I mean,
10
it
or
was kinda
11
late,
by
'cause
the
it
time
was-
it was like really settling in.
when it was just the East Coast, like it was kind of half and half and you didn't really know. But once the Midwest came in, we're like, okay, well, it's going to be Trump. So then like I told Luke to tuck me in, but as he's tucking me in, I'm like, also, can you remind me and give me a refresher course on how to use our hand weapons, like our guns and stuff. So as I'm being tucked in, I'm like, this is how you use a shotgun, just in case like some mayhem broke out. But anyway, that was like a random thing that we did. And then like Wednesday I woke up, and whenever I found out it was Trump, I cried. And then I was like, well, I guess this is a sign for me to finally move to Canada. So it was like I was resolved to leave. And then I see like all the protests going on downtown in Austin. There was like all the UT students walked out and walked around, you know, and went to the Capitol and back and all that for like 5 hours. And I was like super reassured that there are other people that were upset and hurt also. And so then I cried again. And then I was like, you know what? They're not going to kick me out of my own town and like my own city and my own country. And so I need to stay and fight. Because it was weird. Like, as an American, very proud to be an American, that was like the first time that I woke up feeling like I wasn't wanted here and didn't really belong here anymore. It was pretty disheartening.
I mean, it's an odd reaction to me, but...
Well, yeah, but you're a white male.
Yeah.
Like, nothing's going to happen to you.
I really think that
fuck you, Lucas.
Yeah. I really think
How
that
dare you be a white male?
A lot of the reaction is reactionary, you know. It's going to be... He doesn't have as much power as people are putting on, you know, and no president does. But, you know, you can get really into it. But, you know, we're not political.
Yeah, we're not political. We're not going to, like, get into it. But it's just sad that all the work we've done for civil rights, and now we're set back probably about 50 years.
I doubt that it's going to be that severe.
Can I deliver a message of hope for America?
Yes.
I've thought about this a long time, and I think Trump isn't going to be that bad. And the reason is he's got all kinds of market research people. And when he thought about becoming president, he went out and said, okay, tell me about the majority of voting America. And they went out and they come back and they're like, okay, there's a lot of different Americans, but the ones that always vote are racist,
white
sexist,
male.
white male hillbillies. So if you want to win, that's who you got to appeal to.
You got to pander to the
well,
demographic.
Yeah.
A lot of that also turned out that a lot of the polls were wrong because of the silent voters that don't get out and vote, that didn't have anybody they identified with for the longest time. And then so the pollsters, like, there was a whole big deal about how wrong they were and how wrong the polls were over the last few months because those people didn't get polled. They're not ones who voted. And so they're the ones who bumped him and gave him the win in all those battleground states.
What I also took a personal offense to was the people that bothered to go out and vote that wrote in Harambe, the dead gorilla. We had 11,000
How often did that really?
11,000. Yeah. And I'm like personally offended.
Well,
by
and
that.
the other thing, the
grown-ass adults.
I mean, the problem with that is it was probably in places where it didn't matter, you know, and I say that by, you know, Hillary won the popular vote, but lost because of the Electoral College. And in places it didn't matter, places like Texas, where 800,000 votes went to Trump, you know, or he won by like 800,000 votes. Wow. So it's in places like that, you know, the red states to where it doesn't matter. Well, and it wouldn't have
mattered anyway because our Electoral College would have voted red.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, well,
they don't have to do.
They never have gone against it though.
They don't have to, is the point.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a antiquated system. And
it's archaic and not necessary anymore.
Yeah. So
this week I signed a petition to get rid of the Electoral College, and I signed a petition like begging them to change their vote to Hillary and just that kind of stuff. The only thing that you can really do, like going out and protesting, isn't going to change anything. And
the problem with protesting in places like Texas is it's not going to change anything
and you're just going to get injured. Like people emailed me telling me, please don't go out and protest because people are going to shoot you. I mean, it's Texas, you know, things have gotten violent. Like, we want to silently protest and get our voices heard, but then people take it to the extreme and get violent with it, and that's definitely not something that we want to endorse. I like the idea of being able to exercise my First Amendment right to say, hey, he's not my president, he doesn't represent me. And I'm glad that we live in a country where you can do that, but I don't know. It gets violent pretty often.
You should be out with, like, in the middle of the night with masks on, spray painting stuff. And,
yeah, that's super helpful.
We just need to be vigilantes. I've been watching too much Daredevil.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So we'll see what happens.
I'll be Frank Castle.
Hey, there is one good thing that came out of this, though.
What?
It brought Dave Chappelle out of hiding.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
I did not see that.
He was on Saturday Night Live delivering his thoughts on things.
He hosted, didn't he? Yeah.
Wow.
I'm really excited about that because he's been like missing forever.
Yeah, that's true, and he's really funny. So anyway, that's all we're really going to say about that because I think everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and it's what's done is done, and it's not going to change. So we just gotta kind of see where it goes and what actually happens and what doesn't.
Right.
And if it gets real bad, buy my house.
Yeah, if it gets real bad. I know a lot of people in Canada. I know that a lot of Americans a lot of us are going to get our passports ready just in case it does go off.
I just want to take a vacation. I mean, yeah.
Mexico's worse.
Luke, let's go to Mexico.
No, thank you.
Well, I mean, I'll take a visit to Mexico. You know,
Nope.
They have nice beaches.
No.
Just stay in the touristy areas. You're fine.
No. So anyway, moving on from that, we got a question from Dino. He's asking us, what's a video game from your childhood that you still enjoy playing from time to time? For me, I haven't played it in many years, but my favorite childhood game that I might want to replay again would be Super Mario 3. I've played through it like 50 million times. It's like my favorite from my childhood.
It's awesome.
So you have like a program on the computer where I could play it, don't you? No, we don't have that option.
Obviously. Yeah, I have an emulator. Yeah.
Busted.
That's legal if you own the game.
That's true. Yes, as long as you own the games.
I have a physical copy somewhere.
Obviously. Yeah, I have emulator with my vast collection of Nintendo games on it. That I totally own.
That we totally own. All of them.
Yes.
So what game would you play again?
It was always Legend of Zelda for me, the original. That was kind of my nostalgia.
I have a question about that game.
Yeah.
When I was little and the very first one came out and I tried to play it, like you walk up to like a big gate, right? Like there's like a door to get into a town. Right?
Not that I recall.
Like to even start the game.
No.
I couldn't even get the door open, so I didn't play the game.
No, at the very beginning of the game, there's like a little cave and you go in and get your sword from the guy. Like at the very
Must have been a different Zelda.
In the first square. Possibly.
Maybe you went the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely open world, quote unquote, you know, as it were.
I went up to a door and I couldn't open it, and I'm like, fuck this game, and I never played it again.
It was probably a dungeon, like not the first dungeon that you went to. So, yeah, that would probably be mine. The
first one?
Yeah, either that or some of the N64 games, like Mario Kart for 64. It's still my favorite of all the Mario Karts ever. And then GoldenEye. If I still had a 64, I'd probably play that.
Yeah. What about you, Nick?
E.T. on the Atari.
No, shut up. You're such a dick.
No, I hated
know,
that
Amanda.
game. No one knows how to play that game.
Everyone hated that game.
That was considered like one of the worst games in existence ever.
Yeah.
Did you hear that rumor about them burying them all in the desert?
They did. They found them.
No, that's true.
Yeah. They found, they unearthed a landfill, and it was like hundreds of copies of E.T.
That's so funny.
Yeah,
we
talk
had
about
an Atari.
Conspiracy theories coming true.
Oh my god. Yeah, we had an Atari growing up, so
that's so funny.
we didn't play that, but we had an Atari.
That was classic. Good job, Nick.
Is that really it, Nick? Oh, okay.
No, I hate it. No one knows how to play that game. It's not even a game.
It was like Superman's on 64. You remember that? So... Oh my god.
Oh god, that was
exercising
terrible.
Frustration.
Jesus.
Your first mission, fly through the circle. Your second mission, fly through the circle. No, my real answer would be like the very first Alone in the Dark game.
I don't know that one.
That was like the very first game I ever played that was like 3D where you could move in all directions and stuff.
What system was that on?
It was on PC. It fit on a single floppy disk. And
No
it was scary as hell, man. It was a long, scary game.
Did you ever play the original Doom on PC, like the old school?
Oh yeah,
I remember my brother played that all the
Wolfenstein 3D was one of my first games I ever played on a PC.
On PC.
And that was my buddy Jeremy. Yeah, my buddy Jeremy Thurman.
I played a lot of SimCity on PC on the disc.
Yeah. Command and Conquer was also some of my earlier ones, but that was later. That's after I was like 18, 19, 20. And because I didn't have a computer when we were growing up. Like, we didn't have one in the house.
We were one of the few families that did.
Yeah.
And
Tim had one, and his dad was really into computers and stuff, and he used to play Myst. I remember that. I tried to figure that out, and God, that was a confusing game when you were like 12. Like, it's a puzzle kind of adventure point and click game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really popular back then.
What about you, Grim?
Video games.
God damn it.
Pick one. I must punch you through the mic.
I don't know. I grew up on Nintendo, but I played a lot of Sonic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one. I played a lot of Sonic. Yeah.
You know, on the Sega.
Yeah, on the Sega.
Sega. But would you play that again now?
Yeah, every once in a while I'll play it, but like later on I would play Breath of Fire a lot, and honestly I still pick that up. That's for PlayStation.
Mm.
Oh, nice.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, we were it was kind of weird. We were one of the first families. Like, we weren't affluent or anything growing up. You know, we were just kind of a normal middle class family, and we had a Nintendo though, like an original Nintendo, and we were one of the first people around that had it on our block, and so people would always come over and play it. And then we had the Sega and the Super Nintendo, and then we got a Sega CD of all things that had like 7
5 people who had it.
Yeah, they had like 7 games for it ever. And they were weird. I remember it came with a game that was called like Tunnel Shark, I think it was called. And it was a 3D, almost like a ship, but you were in tunnels underground, like in a subway kind of thing. But it would give you commands like Simon Says commands, and it'd be like 3, 6, 9er, 9er, 6, 9er. And that was the direction you had to go in what order. So it was like a Simon Says. So you were going and it would give you these directions. And then you had to be like, okay, so you go right, down, left, down, right. And if you didn't do the right order, you'd run into a wall and die. And so it was like a Simon Says 3D kind of game.
You doing that weird thing that you just did? The 3, 6, 9er. It made Gizmo show up. Because you know how she is? Whenever you say things like that, like she will come from out of the woodwork.
Yeah. And then Sega.
Cat.
Yeah.
Before we leave the Sega CD, what about the first big scandal in video games, Night Trap?
You know what's funny is that was the other game we had.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I don't remember exactly what the game was, but I remember it was like a sleepover murder mystery kind of thing. And it reminded me of kind of, you remember in Scream that when they had the house party?
Yeah.
And, you know, she dies in the garage door. Like, that whole house is what it reminded me of.
Oh.
The whole media was like, okay, video games have got to go. They're destroying the world. This is the most violent thing anyone's ever imagined in their life. Like, it was a huge scandal before the Mortal Kombat one came along, and now we just murder people for fun in video games.
And I don't even remember like how the game was played or what it was. I just remember it was kind of like a murder mystery
I don't remember that
or a horror game of some sort. Yeah. It was interesting. Yeah. I had that game. Sega had some really great games though. You know, like Comic Zone. That was one of my favorites.
I don't know that one either.
Comic Zone. It was a brawler, kind of like Streets of Rage or Double Dragon or that kind of style, but you were a comic book character, and so you fought like through panels of a comic strip. And
that's weird.
It was really cool. It's actually on Steam on like the Sega Classics thing. You can buy it on that. Yeah.
The new Double Dragon came out not long ago.
What?
Well, I say not long ago. Like last year, I think.
Really? For what system?
Yeah. On Steam, on PC.
No way.
It completely makes fun of its whole history, like, all the time.
That's awesome.
Weird.
And yeah, those classic consoles, and that's kind of the point I was getting at is I don't really have like a certain game. Like, I would say Zelda was kind of my classic one, but you know, Super Nintendo and Sega growing up were kind of like my main consoles and my main formative years of gaming, I would say.
Ours was always Nintendo, so any of the Mario stuff, pretty much.
Yeah.
All of those.
All those brawler games like Double Dragon and Battletoads and Remember Battletoads?
I love
No.
me some Battletoads.
No.
Golden Axe,
Yeah.
There was one that was like a King Arthur one where you could either be Percival, Arthur, or Lancelot. And it was an awesome game, but nobody ever played it. It was so good, but it was like a brawler like that. And you would build up, like level up over time. And
As a girl, I will say that the first time I felt like I could master a game were the brawler games like Street Fighter and Tekken and all of that. Because
Oh, yeah.
I could just mash buttons and it would do like awesome combos. And I'm like, I'm pro.
button mashing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was
Tekken.
me.
Classic.
Tekken was my favorite of the brawlers, that's for sure.
So I can't think of the system, but
Uh-huh.
it took like cards.
Cards.
Like you slid a card into like instead of a cartridge, it was like a flat card. But a game I remember playing was Bonk's Adventure.
Was it like a handheld one?
Oh, was this TurboGrafx 16 or whatever
yes,
it was?
yes,
Oh,
TurboGrafx.
God.
That's crazy.
So I
Remember
like
when
that.
16 was the biggest number in computing?
And then they're like,
that's
64.
just-
What?
What?
That was my first 3D one, was Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it was such a
Yeah.
great game.
Bonk's
Anyway.
Adventure looked disturbing.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, rose-colored glasses on all that. You know, you look back. And, you know, a lot of those games do hold up if you play them on... You know, the graphics aren't obviously holding up, but they've
Graphics aren't
remade...
everything though.
No,
yeah,
they're
the
not at all.
gameplay is so... Ocarina of Time is one of the best Zelda games ever. Like, best games ever.
You're overselling Zelda.
He is.
No, Ocarina of Time, shut up. It's so good. And I'm not really a Zelda fanboy either. I haven't played them all. Like, I haven't played the last couple, actually.
What's funny is I am, and I haven't played them all.
Nice.
And I dislike Majora's Mask.
I never played that one, actually.
I never played any Zelda games because I couldn't get past that first gate. I was like, fuck it, now I'm too far behind.
Oh, man. So, yeah.
I have a question, Nick,
Yes.
and I'm asking you because you've
This
mentioned
better
this
not
before.
be the question that you
No.
before.
No.
Okay.
So this is an appropriate question. What is, like, define for me what is it? ASMR? What is
yeah.
ASMR.
What is
Yep.
it?
It is asynchronous meridian Damn it.
Oh, you
I
fucking...
always do this.
You left the
You
M
didn't
out.
pull it up. You should
Or
have
the
Googled
S.
it.
I
Asynchronous
Googled it.
symmetric, right?
No,
Meridian
here we-
response.
autonomous sensory meridian response.
Oh, you were way off.
There we go. Yeah, I was way off.
Okay, so what is it again?
It's basically different sounds or even different sights that can give you tingles, like relaxing tingles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Help you sleep, or even some people say it even helps with pain. Like if you had continual pain, it could help you with that.
I need to like look into this for real because I've never had any kind of sound or anything give me any kind of tingliness at all.
I
Let me
bet
read-
you have.
Yeah,
But
let me read
you just didn't think of it.
the definition as online. It says, autonomous sensory meridian response, ASMR, is a euphoric experience characterized by a static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine, precipitating relaxation.
The only time that's ever happened to me is if you're tickling my head or my back, and then I'll get.
It's
like,
it's that sensation, but a
nothing
sound
else has
trick.
ever. I don't remember anything.
So
ever
they
triggering
have
me.
examples. Nick, you said you listen to it, right, every night?
Yeah, actually, success story of it. I used to be a terrible insomniac. Like I'd get maybe 2-3 hours every night. Take me like an hour to fall asleep or more. And I started listening to ASMR every night, and I'm out in like 3 minutes.
See, so that's the thing is I have been an insomniac since I was a teenager and have taken every kind of medication under the sun, and nothing really works very well. Even if you have a medication that puts you under, it's not like deep sleep. So it's not really super great. So it would be great if I could figure out.
I think
if
this may
works for
work
me.
because I think my problem was like I'm always processing thoughts in circles. And,
Yes.
you know,
So that's
thinking,
the other
thinking,
thing is
thinking.
you can't turn your mind off. Like Luke literally will fall asleep. He's like, I don't know. I'm not really super tired. Lays down out in 1 minute. Like he will be asleep in a minute.
I was trained early.
And I'm like, does he not have a thought in his brain? Because I am just like processing stuff all the time.
See, I usually
I think-
compartmentalize my information in my brain.
I think it's
How do you
about
turn it off?
refocusing your thoughts.
Yeah.
Like
When I was
refocusing.
a kid, like we used to go to wrestling tournaments as a kid. You know, we were from Midwest. It was a big thing for us. And I would sleep at wrestling tournaments with,
Oh, wow.
and they are loud. If you've ever been
Well,
to one,
yeah.
you know, just whistles and yelling.
Wait,
and-
were you in a headlock?
No, no.
Is that why you went
That
to
didn't
sleep?
put me to sleep. No, yeah, that was my favorite move, headlock. Anyway, yeah. But apparently, you know, like Nick was saying, it's used a lot for sleeping and meditation. And then I was reading about it the other day because I was interested in it, and the YouTube part of it cracked me up. That they have the intentional and unintentional categories for it, and so sometimes it's like Nick was telling me. You know, some people's voices are just very ASMR natural.
Like yours.
Yeah, sometimes. If I'm, depends on how much sleep I've had and how deep my voice is. But
Wow.
no,
Very white.
yeah. But the funny thing is that they call the intentional ones ASM artists. That's their
Oh.
coined term for it. Bob Ross is the unintentional one that everybody talks
Bob
about.
Ross.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of that, so there's like 2 things that will put me to sleep pretty quickly. 3. One is football.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. If I watch football, I'm out in like a minute, 2 minutes. I
Mhm.
can fall asleep really quickly. 2 is the movie The Fifth Element. I don't know what it is.
really?
Like any part, it could be any part of that movie, and I'm out in like a minute.
But
It's
you
just
love it.
some
Gotta
kind
be
of
the
secure.
opera.
It's like, well, no, I think it's such a warm and fuzzy, secure feeling that I turn off my thoughts and just listen and fall asleep, like rather than continuing to think. And then the podcast that I listen to all the time is the Triforce. And what's funny about that is when Pyrian is on, I don't fall asleep. When it's just Lewis and Sips, I'm out.
So it's the Double Dragon.
So when it's Team Double Dragon, I'm out in a second. But when Pyrian's on, I don't know if it's the pitch of his voice, but I can't sleep.
I wonder
So-
if we put anyone to sleep.
Probably.
I hope not.
With this kind of talk, Grim fell asleep
Sorry,
already.
Grim's asleep right now.
No, but how do they record it a special way sometimes, right? The ones that do intentional?
Well, there's 2 types of artists that are doing it. Some do it where they record a video and then they record the audio separately on their mic afterwards.
Mm.
Because you got to have it very close and you've got to be able to make the sounds really recognizable. And there's other people who spend like $600 and get microphones that have ears on them, like literal ears.
Right.
mic.
Oh, yeah, you showed us a picture of
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
It says it on here. It's binaural recording.
Yes.
Binaural. Aural.
Yep.
It's a hard word to say.
Yeah.
Is that pronounced right?
Maybe.
I
But
say
it's
binaural.
or
I don't know.
Binaural.
Not oral. It's aural.
Binaural?
A-U-R-A-L. Like having to do with ears. The A-U-R prefix.
And that's like the really
Binaural.
low tones. That's like the low tones in the background of meditation music, right? Is the
Yes.
binaural.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
it means that it's only in one. It's kind of like 3D recording. It
One
only
ear or the
picks
other?
up. Yeah, exactly.
I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It might actually explain why you like the Fifth Element and stuff, because a lot of sci-fi, probably including that, have in the background like hums of machines and stuff like that.
Ah.
That would be very ASMR like.
She just
'cause I
likes
know
Lulu
there's-
Dallas.
Okay, that could be too. But
Um,
some of the popular ones, like my favorite one is Ephemeral Rift, and he does his in stories where he's different characters. He's got like friggin' $1,000 masks and stuff like that, and they're all in the same universe where rifts join each thing.
Interesting.
And he does a really good job. And then there's Heather Feather.
You're gonna have to
uh,
send me some links, Nick, so I can try to sleep.
I'm sure we could put it on the
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
maybe I
Cockpot
Yeah, we
should.
can
page.
put it on our page.
Yeah, it sounds like a good thing to do.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just wanted to know what it was because we had talked about it several times and people say
It's
it all the time.
basically
and
the
I didn't really...
best thing that ever happened to me anyway.
That's
so
really
I need
awesome.
to try it then. I was gonna say you were talking about Nick Cage and Jessica Jones and Daredevil and all
Mhm.
that earlier, so I wanted to talk about the TV shows that I watch
Mhm.
that everybody else hates. So I watch like everything ever made by the CW. Shut up.
Because you're a teenager.
At heart, I'm still a teenager. Like, I don't know how I'm about to be 35. So I watched The Flash, and it's been good this year. Arrow's been a little better. It's been better than last year. Like, last season was not very good at all.
No.
Supernatural, still solid, going on, really good. This is their 12th year, and I've watched the whole time. Like,
That's so crazy.
yeah,
Did they
I
kill
love
off
it.
Felicia Day, by the way?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh yeah, that's right. I suppose
Spoilers.
That's a good spoiler. Tell me after.
Spoilers.
Thanks, Nick. You ruined it for me.
Right?
It's been
Well,
ruined.
I don't know. It was a question, Grim.
I can
No.
tell you later off the record. And then I also have been watching Vampire Diaries. Of course, it's their last season. It's a little hard to watch without Nina Dobrev in it, and so I think that's why it died off after she left. So
I'd love to see him end it with a crossover with Supernatural.
I know. I tweeted to the CW that they should have the boys from Supernatural kill the originals, which are like the original family of vampires. And then the trickle down from that would be that all the vampires on the Vampire Diaries die, because when an original dies, all their lineage dies with them. So that would be like killing 3 shows like all at once. It would be amazing.
If they wanted to actually get rid of all 3 shows at the same time.
If they wanted to but that would be a really cool crossover. And then I tried to watch Timeless, which everybody kind of hyped up. That's the one where they go back in time, Buck Rogers,
right.
whatever, goes back in time and all this stuff. And I watched the first one, and I was gonna fall asleep in 4 minutes. It was like the most boring thing I've ever watched that's supposed to not be boring.
Was it ASMR?
No, it was just slow and it didn't catch you. It didn't catch you. You know how shows gotta catch your interest, and it just didn't. So, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I just thought I would share that. So speaking of TV shows, we had another question. This one is from Enjoyment Gaming.
You're not going to talk about the other TV show you watch all the time?
No, we're not going to talk about that.
No?
No, we're not.
No?
We're not going to talk about that. So we have a question. Nope. We have a question from Enjoyment Gaming.
It's a reality
We're really
show,
moving
though.
on. We're really moving on. So he wants to know, are you a Marvel fan? And if so, what do you think of the Fox X-Men franchise losing the big actors like Hugh Jackman or whatever? I'm excited to see the Logan movie. It looks really, really good. I love Marvel movies. We just saw Doctor Strange, which I'll do an actual, legit review for y'all in a little while. But I love Marvel. I think they're great.
No, I hadn't heard much about them losing actors. I knew that this was the last Logan or Wolverine movie for Hugh Jackman.
Well, and it's also the last...
Patrick Stewart.
For Patrick Stewart.
Yeah. And I think it was Fox told us that they're talking about or planning on rebooting again the X-Men movies.
God,
I'm like, it's too soon.
Just let it die.
Please don't.
I know. The First Class movie was awesome. The first
really
one.
good.
The second one was pretty good, and I haven't seen Apocalypse yet.
We need to watch that.
But when they started, the second one kind of bugged me because I thought they were just going to reboot, the series with First Class, but then they tied it into the old ones, so it made a lot of fuzzy questions of
the timelines got
messed
up.
and okay, so are the first 3 canon? And then but then they did revisionist because on the second one they changed history because of the time travel with Kitty Pryde, and then Jean came back, right? I think at the end of the second one, and which completely nulled out the third movie completely, which is probably good because X3 was
not good.
Not good.
No.
So, they really muddled up the timeline with all that, and that's what time travel does, kudos to Doctor Who for doing so well with time travel.
But they made it easy. Doctor Who made it easy
because he doesn't.
Can just do
it's
whatever.
not like a linear story. It's just he goes to all.
They're one-offs every time.
Over in place and space and time. I mean, it is a continuous story. There's.
What about the other Marvel?
Yeah.
So I
Sidetrack.
like that. All of them are going to converge soon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited to see
soon 2020.
Yeah, well, whatever. So Guardians of the Galaxy was amazing, and then I loved the Thors. I loved what's his name? My favorite, Tony Stark.
Iron Man.
I love Iron Man. He's like my favorite. I wasn't much of a fan of Captain America. The most recent one was good.
Civil War.
The Civil War one was good. The
Captain
other ones
America
are kind
is
of
a
boring.
total a-hole. I hate him so.
He's just boring to me. He doesn't catch my interest.
What he did to Tony Stark, which I won't go into detail on for anyone who's not watched movies in their life.
Yeah.
That was the worst thing you could do to someone. I'd kill him myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Civil War is always a point of contention. I mean, that was a really big deal in the original source materials, and
I thought the movie was.
It was supposed to split everybody. It was supposed to split allegiances and alliances and who you wanted to back, essentially. But overall, I'm really excited for the Marvel, what do you call it? Comic universe, the MCU whole coming together. And
well, we saw Doctor Strange.
Yes.
So I'll just talk about Doctor Strange now, since we're talking about Marvel anyway. And it's not a scary movie, so I don't have to do intro music.
Anybody else see it? Grim?
I did not.
I have not yet. I probably won't until it comes out on DVD.
Oh, it's really good.
It's really, really good. I would have wanted to see it in 3D, but you guys didn't want to see it in 3D. Just because of the way that it looks and how beautiful everything is, I think that it would have been really cool to see in 3D. Yeah.
I'd be afraid it was overdone in 3D. Is my
maybe. But so the story's really interesting and really good. Benedict Cumberbatch is amazing in anything that he does, so of course
I was actually really impressed with his act. I mean, he's always been good, but I remember there was actual parts in the movie where I was like, "Wow, he's really good."
He is really good. I
actually thought that,
and I think the same way about Tilda Swinton. Anything I've ever seen her in, she's been amazing. She's a great actress, and so having those two was really, really good. The only thing I would say was a negative for me was that they went so fast. They were trying to fill in so much information and give you the whole story. I feel like it could have been 2 movies because they crammed a lot of... I wanted to see more of the training and more of the, the magic and the fighting and him learning, but they just went from he's new to all of a sudden he's got it mastered.
I think that they kind of had to do that because it was a risk of a movie more than any of the others. I know. It's an unknown character and they didn't want to be
overdo it.
Yeah, they didn't want to stretch it out to where... the introduction story was too boring and people would get, would lose interest.
I would have liked to have seen it drawn out just because it is super interesting to me.
I always like magic stuff. And the fact that they're bringing the magic into the actual Marvel comic universe and into the movie franchise is cool because it opens up a lot of possibilities for, they've had gods and they've had different realms and they've had aliens, and different galaxies. And so now it kind of completes the whole fantastical, mystical element of it. And
if you do go see it, wait twice. There's 2 bonus scenes.
Right. Yeah. There is a bonus scene after the credits. And then the cool thing, is that they're going to be bringing everybody in together
eventually over
time. And, some of the Marvel movies have definitely been worse than others. The second Thor movie was not great.
I liked it. But
it was...
I would say for Doctor Strange, it got 6.75 out of 8 COG stars.
6.75.
That's one of your highest rated ones ever.
That is.
I know. It was really good. It should have been 2 movies, but that was it. Everything else was great. Mm-hmm. And the actors were wonderful. Good time.
Yeah,
good
I'm just more excited about that it opens the doors for, it widens the breadth of...
I like to see them adding in the magic. I think that's cool.
And they did it in a cool way. They explained it the way it's supposed to be. They didn't just oh, look, these guys are magic, and didn't explain how. They actually went into it. So that was cool.
Yeah. Grim, what did you think about Marvel movies and all of that stuff? Have you watched a bunch of them? Because he didn't really say anything, so I want to get his opinion.
Well, honestly, I haven't watched a Marvel, I don't know.
What?
What have you not seen?
Most of the recent stuff.
Wow.
And it's been so long since I've watched any of the others.
Did you see Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yes.
Okay.
Then just say I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, just say that. It's the best movie ever.
Did you guys see the trailer for the second one?
I am Groot.
Yes. You guys have all seen the trailer, right, for the second one?
Yep. I might have, maybe.
You suck.
It looks so good.
I'll have to go look for that.
Iron Man 3 was bad too.
Iron Man 3 was not super great.
Yeah.
It was okay, but
I just remembered that one.
Yeah, I just like Tony Stark's character.
Mm-hmm.
We've been over this. I like Tony Stark. I like Batman. I like the rich badass.
Oh,
guys.
Right. That's right.
Like
we talked about
riches. We talked about that before. So another thing that we're going to start doing that I decided is I want to start doing book reviews because I don't want to seem like do anything besides watch TV and movies and stuff. So I don't read a lot, but the reason is because a book has to really catch me to get me to read it. So this week will be the first week that I do book reviews. I may not do them every week because it depends on how long it takes me to read. I'm a pretty fast reader, but if I've got other stuff going on that week, I may not get through one. But this week, I wanted to review for you guys, and we'll find like a jingle or something to put in here. But I read...
You smart music.
Right? Whatever that means. So I read the first book in the series was called, oh God, what are they called?
Hypnotic City?
No, Hypnotic was the second one.
Fail.
I'm starting to wonder if you read this book.
No, I read both. It's a series of 3, and it's written by my wonderful, genius, super smart sister-in-law, Andrea Berthot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my sister-in-law actually wrote.
Yeah, and they're published, and they're like
really?
for real. They're for real.
She was published a couple years ago. And what was it called? The first one. I'm gonna look it up.
The first one was really, really good. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde type virus that turns into I don't want to give it away. The Heartless City was the first one, and then the second book is called The Hypnotic City. And what was really smart about what she did for the two of them, they're both written really well and easy to read, but basically what I liked about the second one was that it was not exactly the same stars of the first one. So she took secondary characters from the first book and made them the primary characters into the second book. And so it was super smart. That way you don't get bored of the whole story, and it changes it up completely. So I think it's going to be 3 in the total, but they're called the Gold and Gaslight Chronicles is what the whole series is called. But they are highly, highly recommended. And I'm going to use the same rating scale for books as I do for movies. So she got, for her 2, I'm just going to do them as a collective because I read them both super fast, like straight through. 6.75 out of 8 stars for her books as well. So we'll link her stuff on our page because she's awesome. And not only just because I'm like related to her, but it's really, really the first books that I've read that have grabbed my attention in a really, really long time.
Yeah.
So props. Big ups to Andrea.
Big ups.
Big ups to Andrea.
What does that even
do
mean?
her own
I don't
cover
know.
work?
No, so she did have the first one was done, and then when the second one came out,
they redid the cover art for
they actually re-released the first and second to make the covers
and I have both
comparable. Yes.
Because if the first original art ever, like, if it gets super huge in the first original cover that they had less of, I'm gonna sell that on eBay. I'll tell you right now, sign this, I'm gonna sell it on eBay.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at her website right now, and I like how she puts like Dreamcast and music that would go along with it and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she does really good work. I think it's a interesting read for anybody that likes magic, or it's not vampires, but like that whole genre of witchery and monsters and all of that is really cool.
Fantastical.
Fantastical. We'll call it that. So that's my first book review. We're going to do a whole new segment, you guys, and y'all are going to have to hold me accountable to make sure that I read.
I read too, but not as often.
Hey, Amanda, you better read.
Shut up. I need to.
So I'm gonna review a book now called Harry Potter.
Shut up. We are not listening to you talk about Harry Potter. We don't have enough time in this podcast for you to talk about Harry Potter.
Here we go.
Nick, what was our emailed in question? You said that somebody sent in what?
All right, this one is fun because we get to act it.
Who is it from?
Funky Ace.
Oh,
Funky
face.
Funky face. Funky Ace.
Right.
He's gonna be so mad.
This is sort of like a game. There's rules to this, okay?
What?
Okay.
Yep. The only acceptable answers to this question are direct quotes from Kindergarten Cop with Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you remember that.
Okay.
And the question, which has to be read thusly: who is your daddy and what does he do?
First of all, I love the impression.
Oh my
Second of all,
God.
that movie was one of my favorite movies growing up. And third of all, the only quote I remember, and it's not going to be a correct answer, but fuck you, I'll say what I want, is the little kid who was like, boys have a penis and girls have a vagina. That's all I remember from that movie.
Oh my God. I don't remember any of the answers
I don't either.
from that they asked.
Do you remember, Grim?
No,
Oh my God. You failed.
Oh my God.
I got one, but
Okay.
I cheated because I knew the question was coming.
Oh.
You are a cheater.
I know. I am cheating at games last week too. But anyway,
Whoa.
why are you wasting my time? You should be reading stories about bears that go shopping.
My favorite was.
Wait, did a kid say that? Why'd you
No.
say it in his voice?
No.
No,
It was
he
just a
said it.
quote.
Oh, he
said it.
The
said it.
quote had to
We
be
don't-
from the movie. But
None
it
of us
didn't
have
to
any
be a
answers.
Oh, I
Oh.
thought it had to be one of the kids
Well,
answering his
no.
question.
Then mine's
Well,
going to be,
you
it's
can
it's
go
not a
again if you
tumor.
want.
It's not a tumor.
So your dad is not a tumor.
Yeah. He's Ron Swanson. We've been over this.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
He's the
What
man.
did the kids say?
Hold on. I'm going to look
You're going to look it up?
kindergarten.
We're so
guys keep
professional.
Well, there were a
Um,
bunch of answers, so
Didn't
you know,
one of
you
them
can
say like
choose.
my daddy said my mommy's a filthy prostitute or
I
something
don't.
like
I
that?
doubt
Something
that
similar
that's
to
true.
that.
See,
That is
I'm
not true.
sure.
no, it was
Don't think
my dad is a sex machine or something like that. It was.
I remember that. Oh.
My daddy says my mommy said my daddy's a real sex machine. I
There you go.
think that was it.
My dad's a
need to watch
gynecologist
this
and he
again,
looks
man.
at vaginas all day. That's what one of them said.
That's one. Yep.
Oh my God.
All of them would have been acceptable, or any quote from the movie, really. So,
That's so funny.
Okay.
so
I
Funky
love
Ace, I
that.
told you I would make that happen, and there you go.
God dang it.
Who is your daddy and what does he do? That's like the worst
real good.
Arnold Schwarzenegger impression ever. Jesus.
My goodness.
Oh, no, I thought that was all right.
That was good.
Mm-mm. I had a question for you guys that
All right, do it in
I'm
Arnold's
asking.
voice.
No. I'm asking as a girl to men. I've noticed that you guys do this. So when we go out drinking or we drink at home or whatever, why do dudes want to drink brown liquor like whiskey and scotch? Like it's so thick and
not.
deep tasting. Like I don't know
It
why
is
you would
deep.
want. Why don't you drink? I know that
like
there's like a
tequila.
stigma to it. Tequila, right? Like lighter drinks or like mixed drinks. that
Tequila's
taste
not
good, like
light.
girly drinks. That
Okay, so
taste
that's
better.
a different. Okay, so not all brown liquors are in like straight up drink. Like you don't just drink it on the rocks, things like that. I know some people say it's blasphemy, but and then not all like vodka drinks and rum drinks and tequila drinks are girly drinks. Like a lot of men drink gin and tonics. A lot of them drink vodka 7 or vodka presses or vodka martinis and.
But it's like the clear liquor versus the brown liquor. The taste is so much the
there's
difference is
a lot
huge.
less flavor in clear liquors, so they're used for mixing a lot more
Right.
because you get more of the flavor of the mixers than the alcohol.
But why do you like the brown liquor?
I don't necessarily. What about you guys?
That's what you have over
Well,
here on this
well, I
thing.
just-
Yeah, we also have rum and vodka and tequila. And
Oh. We have one of those cool
Oh.
sets, like way back from the 1400s. It's like the etched Scottish.
Galway,
What are they called? The
Galway
little
Irish
sets.
Crystal.
The crystal sets. He's got like, what kind of brown liquor do you have in there?
It's like Jim Beam in there. No, it's Devil's Cut.
Devil's
But,
Cut.
Yeah, it's just cheap ass shit. But that's because it's more of just a traditional thing of what goes in those. It's not like what I reach for if I'm going to have a drink necessarily. I'm not Alec Baldwin.
Nick, do you drink whiskey?
Oh, I do. I'm going to let Grim answer, and then I'm going to tell you the
Oh,
science
okay.
behind this.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
Grimsby,
Go ahead. What?
answer.
I said I like tequila. I don't know. I like.
So
whiskey.
you like
doesn't-
okay, but what do you like about the brown liquors? Like what would make you decide to
Why
drink
are
the brown
you-
liquor?
I don't know. I usually mix it with Coke anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do that. I don't know, it just tastes
Yeah,
too
we're not-
strong. It
like,
tastes too strong.
If you get somebody who just drinks straight whiskey, they
depends
drink
how
it.
you. Yeah.
Exactly. And the reason they drink it by itself is because it is a strong flavor and they like the flavor of it.
It tastes like wood.
That's
Well,
like beer.
It's because it's actually aged in oak barrels,
Ugh.
usually.
Yeah.
I don't
Like-
want to drink wood.
Your red wine is
Well,
also
people
that you
do.
drink.
Yeah, but my red wine tastes like berries.
Yeah, but it's berries that have been aged in wood.
Yeah, but you don't taste the wood.
You do too.
I don't taste the wood.
Well, it depends on, the varietal and all that. You drink a blend that's pretty mellow.
It's called jammy.
It's jam.
It's a jammy.
Jam.
Excuse
jammy
me?
wine. My wine is a jammy, juicy wine. It says it on
jammy?
the bottle. It's
Is it,
called.
Yeah.
Is it
It's like a
thick?
rating. No, there's like a rating scale,
No.
and there's so many different berries in this one that it's called jammy because it's like they've mashed up so
there's
many.
no
So
official
are
ratings,
there
just what they call it.
jellied? Is there jam and jelly?
No.
No, it just means it's very fruit forward.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah,
popping with fruit. Yeah. Yeah. Gizmo.
Gizmo
agrees.
agrees with me on the wine choices.
Dang it, Gizmo.
So, Grim, whenever you drink tequila and vodka and the clear ones, do you drink them mixed with stuff, or you're just doing shots, or like what do you prefer? Like if you're gonna go out and you get to pick, what are you picking? If you get to pick with no judgment,
Jack and Coke is usually what I get if I'm getting like a mixed drink.
is that because you want soda?
That's the only time I usually drink soda, honestly.
Okay.
It makes it easier to drink if you don't want to just drink straight up liquor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so in New York City, I got a Jack and Coke, and I ended up having to basically down it in like a couple gulps because
Ugh.
my cousin was ready to leave the bar.
You're like, damn it, dude.
That was a mistake.
Yeah.
But like, I still enjoy the taste of it, but like, I also enjoy the taste of tequila, and people hate that.
I like tequila. Honestly, if I'm gonna pick,
but some people hate the taste.
Oh, yeah.
But they'll just do shots of it.
yeah, if I'm gonna pick and I'm drinking to for real get drunk, I'm gonna do shots of tequila. If I'm drinking
Super
to be
chill.
like more relaxed, then I'm gonna have margaritas. Like on Friday, I had like 3 of those motherfuckers.
So,
But it's tequila
Amanda,
for me.
Patron has a coffee flavored tequila.
Ew, disgusting.
It's actually not bad. It's like a mocha coffee flavor.
I'm gonna vomit onto this mic.
It's pretty good.
No, we have some coffee liqueur that we use for certain things.
I
like
don't really like it.
I love some
It's
White
okay.
Russians. The Duda bites.
Oh my god, yes.
I don't know what it is about creamy liquor.
It's not
just
creamy. The
weird.
coffee stuff
It's
is not
weird.
creamy.
But you put it in, it tastes like creamer.
Well, when you put it in milk, yeah.
Ugh. The only thing I can drink that's like a creamy liquor is tequila. The
That
tequila rose.
Oh, that's not tequila.
Yes, it is.
That's a liqueur.
It's just really weak, but I drink a whole bottle of it.
It tastes like
equivalent.
it tastes like strawberry, like you know those swirl candies, little
Yeah, the
strawberry
creamy
swirl
strawberry.
cream? That's what it
That's
tastes
what
like.
it tastes like.
It's weird.
Okay, so give us the science behind all this, Nick.
Okay, well, when we go to the
Neanderthal
bars and
brains.
stuff, yeah, it is kind of like that. It is. It's evolution. When we go to bars, there's other men around, and we got to drink the strong stuff because we're not allowed to piss on our property anymore.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
That was your
That's what you did.
explanation.
so instead of like cats,
It's
pissing
marking
on,
territory.
on territory.
Yeah, it's like, I'm a man, I'm drinking this stuff. If you come near my girl, I'll hit you.
So is it true that, say you go out with all your dudes and you order like a pina colada, are they going to make fun of you?
Probably.
Why? Like let the dude
Probably.
drink what he
Okay.
wants to
It,
drink.
okay, it depends
Here's
on.
a scenario. Luke goes out with Amanda. He orders a pina colada. He has a divorce and no longer has Amanda.
That's not true at
what will
all.
happen.
That's not true at all. Like he's more likely to get away with ordering a girly drink if I'm with him
'Cause I'm married.
He's like, oh well,
It's like Marshall did on How I Met Your
that's
Mother.
the perfect example.
Yeah, he would go and get like the drinks with all the fruit sticking out of him and all that,
and the little umbrella.
and sipping on them.
For your own good, don't try this. Don't try it. I'm warning you.
I mean, normally if I go out, I'll drink beer. Or
I'm
like
saying,
a
if you're
Beam and
secure in your manhood, order the girly drink you fucking want to order.
Coke. Yeah, but sometimes you don't want sweet girly drinks for all your stuff.
Well,
Like
sometimes you don't,
they taste
but
good,
they taste
you know.
better.
But if you're gonna drink 3 or 4 drinks, then I would rather drink like a vodka 7 or vodka press or something. It's
Well,
Just kinda
real
clean.
answer for me, I like whiskey and I don't get sick off of it. So
there you go.
I just like it.
I've actually started really getting more into gin the last few years, but not tonic.
Oh, really?
It's
Okay.
really strong.
So here's
Gin
the
is
problem.
So strong.
Well, it's all the same. It's vodka, gin. They're almost every
the flavor's stronger.
liquor out there is they're all 80 proof on average. You know, there's definitely flyers, but gin, it also depends on what it is. It's basically vodka, but infused with juniper berries and herbs and spices. Vodka is literally grain alcohol that's diluted with water. If you don't know, they distill alcohol, they take the pure alcohol, cut it with water, and that's vodka. Gin is the same thing, except then they infuse that alcohol with herbs and berries. And
What's tequila?
tequila is the same thing, but then they use Like everything starts the same way. They distill alcohol.
Why do I like tequila better?
And then tequila is actually made with mescal plants, right? And it has to come from a certain region of Mexico, the tequila region. It's kind of like champagne.
Yeah.
And anything out of that region is mezcal, is what it's called. So in case you didn't know, that's what the difference is between mezcal and tequila, where it comes from. But the giant, aloe-looking plants, the big plants are the ones that they like mash up and infuse with it. And
so, and you may not know, but why is it then that if they're so similar, vodka makes me super sleepy, but tequila makes me super up and peppy?
I don't know what it is about tequila, but it's always been a party drink. I don't know if it's mental or if it's actually chemical.
No, because some people when they drink it get really angry.
Well, yeah, but that's also possibly a mental thing.
Do most people drink it with that ritual of like the lemon and the salt and stuff? Because maybe that could have something to do with it.
Lime and salt, yeah. Well, I mean,
if you're in college, margarita has salt on it.
If you're in college and trying to mask the flavor of shitty tequila, then yeah, probably. But
that's why they do it.
Yeah, we get the 100% añejo silver tequila.
What did you call me?
Blue agave, 100% blue agave, the añejo stuff. Well, sometimes, often we'll just get the silver. The añejo is the aged, but
decent tequila,
the better tequila, and yeah, I just chill it, shake it and chill it, and we'll do shots of that if we're doing tequila or use it in margaritas. But
it's so much easier to shoot tequila than anything else. Like everything else is just so harsh. It tastes like
it's also
actual alcohol.
The quality of what you're shooting,
I guess,
and if you super chill it, that helps a lot too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard of Swish?
No.
No?
What's that?
Do we want?
Never watched Trailer Park Boys or anything?
No.
I've seen it, but I don't know what it is.
Well, they used to steal the old whiskey barrels and fill them with water and then swish it around until it became alcoholic.
That's
God.
gross.
That is so bad.
But yeah, with like whiskey and things like that, they start with alcohol also, and then you age it in barrels, and that's where it gets the color and the flavor from. And bourbon's another type of whiskey that's done a different way, and it depends on if they flame the barrels more or whatnot. So, it's all how you manipulate the alcohol after you distill it is what makes the differences in the types.
So in conclusion, we think that men, when other men are around, drink brown liquor so that their manhood is not called into question.
Well, I think
I was the only one who said that, I think.
No, I think that too. I think
I think that originally, it's kind of become a traditional thing of a status, scotch and things like this. I don't like scotch personally.
I was just joking about that super sexist thing. I want to put that out there.
No, but I don't think you're wrong though.
I actually like the flavor of whiskey,
Some people do. That's why I was asking. Some people do, but I wonder if it's like a male chemistry, like something in the makeup of your chemistry makes it taste better to you than it does to females.
Maybe.
Because you don't see many females like, I'm not going to drink a bottle of
Same thing with beer.
whiskey.
It might just be an acquired taste that you start to crave.
There are a few females that prefer beer to other stuff, but mostly women, in my experience, don't really like beer that much unless it's like a light beer.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely market research out there that shows that,
it's got to be a
men and women
chemistry
have
thing.
Different tastes.
Women have a certain need for a certain amount of sugar in their diet that men don't actually need. So it could have something to do with that as well.
Well, and the other thing is men metabolize sugars and stuff in their stomach. They have a different type of enzyme than women do. So men can drink a whole lot more than women, even if they're the same size.
They also respond better if you pour it on them, as Def Leppard told us.
Oh, God. So that was my question. What else do you guys want to talk about?
Totally derailed that at the end.
Yeah. I don't have anything else to talk about.
I think that's most of everything I wanted to touch on. What about you guys?
I'm a little terrified that we're not going to have a boss next week.
Oh, yeah. Amanda will not be here next week.
That's right. Yeah. You guys are going to be struggling.
Well, I don't think it'll be a struggle. It's just going to be a complete and utter shit show.
It's going to be a shit show. We'll literally call it, the title of it will be The Shit Show. It'll just be you guys.
That makes it easier.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to pre-name it.
See, you had the boss pre-name it for you.
Yeah. Amanda, give us something else to do next week after you name it for us.
I have no idea. I'll think of some stuff for you guys to talk about.
You know what? Let's wing it. Let's see how bad we can make this.
We're just going to bro guy talk it the whole time.
Bro it up. Just Sponsored.
Oh,
by
we
Red
also
Road
get to
Juice.
say all those
Center
words
or
we're not
brown
allowed
liquor.
to say.
Oh,
No, you cannot
Grim-
say the words you're not allowed to
Yeah,
say.
you know what? I'll bust out the liquor set and we can drink
Oh,
brown
Jesus
liquor.
Christ.
And-
Drink our brown liquor. I'll have to buy
Can we
some.
mark our territory?
Yeah.
Nick,
Get out
no.
a ruler.
just don't pee on your
Don't cross the
computer.
streams.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Well,
Why am I the
pretty
boss
bad.
of you guys anyway?
I don't know. You're organized.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
And it's
it'll be,
come to this.
It'll be
Yeah.
fun. Well,
It will be kind of fun to see. Are you guys going to have like a guest fourth, or are you just going to do
I don't
the
know.
three of y'all?
Maybe I'll feel around and see.
Maybe if
That's-
Barth Ice
no.
wants to come back on, or
I'm gonna feel
Don't
around
touch.
and see if I can find a guy.
Richard might want to come back on.
You'll
Wow.
find who the real man is.
Jesus.
See, it's already
All
happening.
next week, that's all it's going to be is you guys just duding it the fuck up. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Anyway, that's it for this week, everybody. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. God, y'all are terrible and stuff.
Bye,
Say
everybody.
bye. Bye.